Well, very good morning, guys. Okay. So last day, I was just been telling you how do you write a program in a procedural language and how do you write a program in a object-oriented language. So what are the differences that you are in a procedural language? A program is a collection of members called variables and functions. Same as that if you go to object-oriented language, also a program is a collection of members called variables and functions only. There is no difference in that. Am I clear? Both in procedural and object-oriented languages, both in procedural and object-oriented languages, every program is going to be a collection of members, what we just call them variables and functions. So we just put the variables and functions inside the program now and execute. Finally, all the functions you define in the program, what we do, we go to main and call them, right? Yes or not. We go to main and then we just call them. From the main function, we're just going to call them. That's what we learned. Now, if I talk about an object-oriented programming language, if you talk about an object-oriented programming language, in object-oriented programming languages also, what did I say? A program is going to be a collection of variables and functions only. In object-oriented languages also, a program is going to be a collection of variables and functions only. There also a program is a collection of variables and functions. But what is the difference you notice? In object-oriented language, you define your code. Where you write the code? You write your code inside of a container, and we call that container as a class. Yeah, that's the first point I said you. The difference between C language and the C++ language. So in C language, we write the code directly in the program. But when you come to C++, we don't write the code directly in the program. Where do you write? How do you write the code? We write the code inside of a container called as a class, and that class will provide the security. A very much simple difference here. Who are not at all aware of C++, for them I'm telling you. So what is that? Just hold on. How do you write a C program? Watch. I'm writing a simple C program with two functions in it. Okay, something like int, add, int a comma, int b. So inside of it, I'm writing what? Return a plus b. Return a plus b. Same like this, int subtract, int a comma, int b. Return a minus b. You're writing a minus b now. Sudeep, are you aware of C language? Sudeep, answer my question. No, you're not eligible. Learn C language and come, guys. Learn C language. Without learning C language, don't come. Yeah, if you're aware of C language, you'll continue because the completed classes, till now, whatever classes are completed, I'll give you the videos to them. Till now, whatever classes are completed, I'll give the videos to it. If you're not aware of C language, I don't recommend you. Just to do C language first and then attend for it. Just to visit our Naresheti website and just in the naresheti.com website, you'll be finding the information of the new batches. Just a minute, guys. You go to the new batches in this and just go to Hyderabad. And here, check it out if there is any new batch for C language. Okay, right now there is no batch for C language. Just check it out. When your C language batch starts, written for C language, and then just start with .NET. Okay, so it's my sincere advice for all of you. Otherwise, you'll face a lot of problem in the future. Okay, who are aware of C language? Yes, you can just continue. The missing classes, I'll give you the videos. We did not start with programming still, guys. We have just been understanding only the basics of the things. Yes, yeah, Bijit, you can continue. These are the missing class videos. These are the missing class videos, guys. Okay. Just a second. If anyone was not able to copy from there, you can send me a message on my WhatsApp. If anyone is not able to copy from there, you can guys send me a message in the WhatsApp. This is my WhatsApp. You can just take a note. That's my WhatsApp number. You can just send me a message. I'll forward you. If you're not able to copy from the chat window. Admin number. Where is it? Just a second. Yeah. Arvind is the admin and this is what. Contact him. Srikanth, contact the admin. That's what I'm telling you. You're an old student. Again and again you ask me. You're an old student only now, Srikanth. Why you talk with me? For classroom codes and all, I cannot give you. That is only the admin job. So regarding the class, regarding the doubts you ask me, technical. Okay, and don't ask me about classroom codes and all these things. Just talk with your admin. What I promise, I'll give you. Okay, those I can give you, that's not in my hand. So this is the admin number, guys. You can send me a WhatsApp message to me to get the videos. Okay. Okay, guys. Fine. Yeah. Well, where we stopped it in the last session is guys, when you're sending a message, send me for what you're sending here. Simply you're saying hi. Who is that? How do I know? For what are you sending a message? Send it clearly. You want to see sharp videos? Tell that here. So .NET Core videos, you're just to join for full stackers, tell that because I have so lot of classes. So different videos will be available with me. So what you want, please specify in your message clearly first. Which batch are you attending, your timing at least, so that I can understand. Okay. Yeah. So guys, this is where I just started up in the last class, guys. How do you write a C program? A collection of members. What do you call them? Variables and functions. So you can see there's a simple C program here. Oh, I deleted off that. Sorry. I deleted off the code. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah. Int add int x comma int y return x plus y int sub int x comma int y return x minus y. Simple functions by using C language. Now, if you write the functions, functions won't execute here until and unless you call them. You write a function in a program that won't execute until and unless you call them. You cook some food, you need to eat it. If you put your food with your plate before you and sit like that, nothing will happen. Yes or not? Okay, you need to eat the food. Same way, you need to call the functions. The function should be called. How do we call and where do we call from? What did I say? We call it from where? Main function. Why main function? Because it is a entry point of the program, because it is the entry point of the appropriate program. Okay, so because it is going to the entry point of the program, we just call it from the main function. So what do you say? Void main, call it. How to call? Add 100 comma 50. Now the value 100 goes to, open the mouse, be active. 100 goes to, the value 50 goes to y. What will happen? X and Y are added 150. Return means it is going to return the result. How much? 150. The result should be captured now. Int result is equals to. Now what will result will contain? 150 in it. Okay. Same way, int result 2 is equals to, second function, subtract. I'm just going to call 125, comma, okay, something like 45. Whatever it is. 125 goes to x, 45 goes to y, 125 minus 45, 80, return, and the result will come into this. This is how we used to write the programs in the C language. Am I correct? Yes or not? Okay. So for all of you, you are familiar with the procedural language, is how you write the code. But when you come to an object-oriented language, like, there is a drawback with procedural language. C comes under which category? Procedural programming language. And what the drawback with procedural programming language? Procedural programming language doesn't provide you security and reusability. Security and reusability are not available. And to overcome the problem, what did I say? Object-oriented programming languages came into picture. And what is the first object-oriented language? C++. So what you require to do in object-oriented language? Look at the code, guys. This is C++, object-oriented. What do? You need to put this code inside of a container or a wrapper called as a class. How do you write it? Class, some name, map. And now the functions will be inside of the class. That is the end of the class. You can guys observe your code is inside a class. What is a class? A wrapper. Just like a chocolate comes in a polythene wrapper. Your members are now defined inside a wrapper called as a class. Got it? Okay. So this is what a class is. So now your code is inside a class, and this class will provide the security. This class will provide the security for your members now. To provide the security for the members, we use the class. Okay, fine, well and good. Now guys, how to call the members? How to call the members? If at all you want to call the members, what you should do now? You should create a object of the class. How to do? Mat obj, and now you should call obj.add and obj.sub. That is how you write code in an object-oriented language. So what you call this? Creating an object. What will happen? Ready to execute the code, memory allocation is required. Yeah. Without any memory, can you run the code? So memory allocation is required. So the memory has to be allocated. To allocate the memory, you are going to create the object of class. Once you create object of class, the required memory allocation will be done now. And now you can just observe, you can just start calling. So what are the two differences you notice between a procedural and object-oriented language, guys? Difference number one, the members should be defined inside a class. Difference number two, create the object of the class and call the members. Calling is from main only, now also no difference. But you cannot call them directly. You should create a object of the class and call them. Then only memory allocation will be performed. Okay, this will give you the security for the members. Sir, what security does it give to the members? That's all I'm telling you guys. We'll talk about what security we give to the members once we go into programming. Okay, we can call class method using class reference. I don't know what you're talking, Aslam. You can call class members by using class reference without creating an object. I don't know. I have 17 years of experience in this year. I never saw that. How do you call? I don't know. listen to the class here. Follow the class. I tell you. Once we go to object-oriented programming, we talk about all the things. Okay. So put your knowledge aside for the time being and just to follow me. Okay. I will tell you each and everything. All your confusions will be clarified day by day. If you don't know anything, but very closely you understand the subject here. If you know some only the problems fraction, you try to put all the knowledge here. Okay, and have few confusions with this. So what is my suggestion is just to follow me. I will tell you each and every point in detail for you once you start with object-oriented programming. Okay, so just to put it your other subject knowledge, just put it aside for the time being. Focus only on this. Okay, that's my suggestion. Fine. Am I clear? Any doubts for anyone? Well, the first point is it here. You should write your code inside a class. Second point, create the object of the class and call the members. Create the object of the class and call the members. Okay, now. Okay, so these are the two important things to remember for writing code in object-oriented programming language. These are 2 points to remember for writing the code in an object-oriented programming language. Okay. Finally, where did this topic ends? Last class I stopped it here. What is that? Array, when did object-oriented programming came into picture? When did object-oriented programming came into picture? Object-oriented programming came into picture in the late 70s or in the early 80s. The late 20s or in the early 80s. Object-oriented languages came into market in the late early 80s, guys. Perfectly speaking, early 80s. A little bit breaking. Is the voice breaking, guys? You know, why is this? Morning I had a class, it was very perfect. Just a minute, guys. Just a second. Yeah, check it out now. Check it out now. I'm not speaking here. I'm not speaking. I'm just checking the audio settings. I'm not speaking. That's why I'm not audible. Am I audible now? Okay. Okay, let me continue. Now clear? Fine. So, so what is the drawback with sorry, what is the first object-oriented language? C++. But I said you there is a drawback in C++. What is the drawback in C++? The drawback in C++ is C++ suffers from a criticism that the language is not fully object-oriented. Then I'm on a class breakout. Okay, so what is the drawback? The drawback is it is not fully object oriented. C++ is not fully object oriented programming language. So because C++ is not fully object oriented, how to resolve this particular problem is secondary. But first, what is the drawback? Let me tell you. I already explained in the last class. What is the drawback? Object oriented programming languages tell the whole code of the program should be inside of a class. The whole code of the program should be inside of a class. But if you carefully observe that, main function is not inside the class, main function is outside the class. Concentrate on that, guys. Main is not inside the class. Where is main defined? Outside the class. And because main function is defined outside of the class, there is a criticism. It is not object oriented. I said you the drawback also. Can I write it inside the class? Yeah, you can write it inside the class if you want, but program will not run. Did you catch my point or not? If you want to take it inside the class, you can take it, no issue. But this code won't run. Why the code won't run? Because every member of the class requires object for execution. And now main also requires an object, but object is created inside the main. Object is created inside the main. So with this object, can I call main now? Check it out here. This is the object. With this object, can I call this? That is foolish. How can you call? Because if main starts the execution, then only object will be created. And if object is created, only main can be called. What is it? This is called as circular dependency. What is that? First one depends on the second one depends on the first one to execute. We call this as a circular dependency. And to overcome this circular dependency problem, what do? We write the code outside the class. Where is it? Outside the class. Now tell me, is main member of the class? Come on, yaar, be active, fast. Is main member of the class? No, main is not the member of the class. Why? It is outside the class. So does it require an object? Does it require an object? No. So can I call it directly? Yes, you can call it directly. So it will become the entry point now. You can call this directly and it will become the entry point. Once it starts the execution, object is created and rest of the members of the class will be called. Rest of the members in the class will be called. So this is how a C++ program will be present. Main won't be inside the class, guys. Main will be outside of the class. If you write main inside the class, this program will not run. Okay, now, if you write this main inside of the class, this program will not run. You can't run this code if the main is defined inside of your class. If at all you wanted to run the code, must and should, it should be outside of the class only, not inside the class. Okay, so I hope this is where we stopped up in the last class. Correct? So I just said you can also watch the videos, guys. I'll provide you the videos of this yesterday's session because that's important. I'll provide you the video. Up to yesterday, all the videos are provided to you. Okay, fine. Now, what happened later, even though there is a drawback in this approach, nearly 10 to 12 years, industry followed this approach. Why? If there is no alternative, what to do? When there is no alternative, what to do here? We need to satisfy with what is available. That's all. Okay. So that's why, even though there is a drawback in this approach, even though there is a drawback in the approach, 10 to 12 years, industry followed the same approach for building the applications. Okay. But later what happened, in the 90s, Java language is being designed. In the 90s, guys, Java language is being designed. They're designing the Java language. While designing the Java language, the designers of Java has taken it very serious. What is that? Java language should not suffer from the criticism. Java language should not suffer from the criticism. What criticism? The criticism is it is not fully object oriented. I repeat, the designers of Java has taken it very seriously. What is it? Java language should not suffer from the criticism that it is not fully object oriented. They don't want to face this criticism now. What criticism? Java is not a fully object oriented. Again, same problem here. If you write main outside of the class, same problem will repeat. What problem? Tell me. If you write main out of the class, again the same problem will repeat now. What problem? Not fully object oriented. So main should be inside the class or outside the class? Inside the class. So if they write outside the class, it is not fully object oriented. So the developers have taken this as a challenge now. The developers have taken this as a challenge. What challenge? Their language should not suffer from the criticism. It is not fully object oriented. Okay. So listen, guys. In 90s, when Java language is being designed, the designers of that language has taken it very serious, that their language should not suffer from the criticism. That it is not fully object oriented. And if that is the case, what? Main function should be inside of the class, but not. Are you clearer or not? This is their challenge. This is their target. Main should be inside the class, should not be outside the class. They want to define main inside the class only. They don't want to define main outside the class. So this is the serious challenge what they have put in their brain now. So our language should not suffer from the criticism. What criticism? The language is not fully object oriented. That criticism should not be faced by the language. So this is the target for them. Okay. So then what is the solution? You need to write main inside the class. You need to write main inside the class. Okay. So what did they do, you know? In Java language, members of a class are divided into two categories. Listen, guys, in Java language, members of a class are divided into two categories. What are the two categories? First one, non-static members. Second one, static members. You'll have a doubt. So what is non-static members and what is static members? Okay, I'll clarify you. Say, till now, whatever we have learned in C and C++ languages are nothing but are you clear? Array, till now, whatever we learned in C language or C++ language, you may not know C++ language. Don't bother, you know C language now. Array, whatever you learned in your C language and C++ language is nothing but non-static members only. So what is new now? Static is new. Non-static, you know, guys. Non-static, you know, you defined everything as non-static only. Till now, whatever you defined in your C language or whatever you defined in your C++ language, all these are nothing but non-static only. If anything is new, what is new for us now? Static is new. Okay now? Now, till now, whatever we have learned in C and C++ languages are nothing but non-static members only. So, what is newly introduced? What is newly introduced is static members. That is, if any member of a class is prefixed with the static keyword, we call it as static member. For example, look guys, I'm defining a class like this, class test. In this class, I'm writing int x is equals to 100. Can anyone tell me this is static or non-statica? Static or non-statica? Array non-static here. Read it. What did I write? What is you will introduce the static if any member of the class is prefixed with? Where did I prefix static there? You are telling static? That is not static, nah. Why? Whatever you learned in your C and C2 non-static, that's what I'm telling you. Then what is static? Look. Are you clear? That is new, guys. Non-static is the old story only. What is new? Static is a new story. This is called static member. Understood all of you? Watch. This also watch. Void add int x comma into y. Statica or non-statica? Tell me. Non-static. This is non-static. Return x plus y. Now see, guys, look at this carefully. Static void sum int x comma into y. This is static. This is static. Don't bother about the code, write anything there. Return x minus. Is the point clear on all of you? Yes or not? Okay, so that's what. So understood the difference between static and non-static now? By default, every member is non-static only. By default, every member is non-static. If you want to make it static, you need to prefix the keyword static. Otherwise, every member is a non-static member. Nothing to talk about it. Static is newly introduced. I hope you're clear with static and non-static first. Okay. So what did they do? They divided the member of the class into two categorizations. One is non-static old only. What is new? Static. Now see. Listen. All of you concentrate on this. Non-static members of a class requires object of the class for initialization and did you understand all of you? Non-static members of a class requires object of a class for initialization and execution. What is this? To initialize x, object is required. To call add, object is required. Yes, if add method has to execute, the add function should execute, object is required now. If x has to initialize, object is required now. Do you understand me or not? For initialization and execution. Okay? Static members of a class doesn't require object of the class for initialization and execution. To initialize y, object is not required, guys. To execute sub, object is not required. Who requires object? Non-static. Who doesn't require object? Static. Are you clearer or not? So I can call static members directly by prefixing the class name. I can call static members directly by prefixing the class name. Non-static members, you need to prefix the non-static members object. Array morning also shown here. See, how do you call add? Prefixing the object. Prefixing the object. But suppose if sub is static, we don't require object prefix, guys. How you can call, prefix the class name and call. Prefix the means math dot sub. Object not required now. Understood or not? So I hope you understood the difference between non-static and static now. Non-static, simple, requires object. Static doesn't require object. Okay, how often we should use static? We'll discuss on that. Okay, so that is the difference here, static and non-static. Now, come back here. What is the problem we faced with C++, guys? The problem we faced with C++ is we cannot write main inside the class. We cannot write. If you write main inside the class, object is required to call it. Correct? Huh? Now look at all of you. How do you write the same code in Java? Concentrate, guys. The same code in Java. You can put this main now. You can put this main inside of the class. You can put this main inside of the class. But sir, problem now. What problem? Without an object, it cannot run. Yes or not? To make it run without an object, make it static. Problem solved. What did I say? Static requires an object or doesn't require an object? So when I declare static, can I call it directly by prefixing the class name or object is required? Directly prefixing the class name. So what will operating system do, Operating system will call the main function by prefixing with the class name math.main. Math.main. Now, object is created and rest of the other functions in the code will execute to you. Are you clear? So main is inside the class or outside the class now? Can I call it fully object oriented? Okay. Guys, observe it. Observe this one. Modified. Okay. Observe this, all of you. Look at this picture. This is the C++ program. Okay. Notice it carefully. To end the class, we put a semicolon there, right? Yes or not? Now, guys, this is a Java program. All of you concentrate on this. First, to end the class, we don't put a semicolon at all. Okay. Second difference. Second difference. See the main. Where is it? Outside the class or inside the class? Now come to Java. Where is it? Inside the class. How do you write it? It has a syntax here. You need to follow that. Public. Concentrate. Static. We use the word here. Static. Void main. It takes a parameter. What is the parameter? String array is a parameter. It takes a parameter. String as a parameter. Okay. First collection of members. What type of members? Static members. So two different categorizations of the members are there now. Static members and the non-static members. And now, what are we doing first? We should create the object of class. Second, call non-static members of class by using the object created. Third, that's it. You call the static members by prefixing the class name. Okay. Generally, when I say this, you'll have a doubt now. Sir, why this static, non-static? If I write everything static, I can call directly now, object not required. Did you get my question? What did I say? Why this confusion, sir? Some members static, some members non-static. I will write everything as static only. So no object required. Yes or not? You can't do that here. You will not have security and reusability. Static can be used only in particular situations. You can't use static always. Did you understand my point? Now the confusion starts here. Sir, when should I use static? I will teach that in object-oriented programming. Today our discussion is only to make understand you. Understand what? How to define main inside the class. And I'm not telling you when do we use static now. Are you getting my point or not? When to use static, when to use non-static, I'll clarify in object-oriented programming. 99% of the members in your class will be non-static only. Non-static only will give you security. Static will not provide you security. Static member is just like our C language code only. What will give security? Non-static members only will give you the security what we are talking about. So that is what I'll explain you in the object-oriented programming. So today, the point is only how to write main inside the class. To write main inside the class, make it static. Once you make it static, no need object. You can straight away call that without using the object. Am I clearer? Do anyone have any questions on the Java code? Look at the code now. Any doubts on that? And one more thing, remember, in C language and C++, what we call the members of a class? Variables, functions, right? The word functions, the word function was removed, right, guys? Means it was changed. From 90s, we don't use it, call it as a function, we call it as a method. Remember, from now it is a method. So what is main? Main is a method, main method. But in C language and C++, what did they say? Main function. What did I say? Main function. Yes, in C language, you're taught with the word function only now. But from 90s, guys, the word function was changed. It's not functions anymore. The modern programming language is called as method. In Java, Python, .NET, in all these yeah. If I don't have a network, voice won't be problem here. Completely class will be disconnected. Okay, if network is missing, class gets disconnected. I don't think there's a problem with the network. Able to hear now? Okay. Okay. Well, I'll ask to change the headset here. There's some problem with the headset. I'll ask it. Yeah, just manage for today. Yeah. So what is the question? Someone raised a question. Yeah, just a minute. Stop, guys. Someone raised a question. Yeah, program insert is mandatory now. So where is that? I did not understand. What is it? If close the Java program, no need. See, you started here, you ended here. That's all. That is only the ending. You don't need to put a question, sorry, semicolon there. That will automatically treat it as an end. Compiler will understand. You don't require to bother. Someone raised it out. Example of Java program by given syntax. Yeah, string X. What is string X? You got a mail like ASP.NET, you are not .NET. No, you don't require to join that. You don't require to join that. Okay. Yeah, look at this, all of you. When you're writing a function, are you passing parameters or not? How many parameters you're passing? 2 parameters. Same way, you can also pass parameters here. You can also pass parameters in Java. What parameter? String array. What it takes? String array. Okay. Are you learning Java, Siva? Why you want me to show you how do you write a Java program and all the things? I'm telling you the process guide, that's all. We'll talk about that in C Sharp. Okay, don't bother about Java. Just don't focus on it, yeah. Just only understand. The main is inside the class, not outside the class. I'll teach you in C Sharp. I'll talk about all the things. We did not start the programming now. I'll teach you, wait. Okay, fine. So you can just observe it. Now you see the main is inside of the class. String array should be passed as a parameter. It's mandatory. It is mandatory. You need to define public static void main string array. That is the syntax of the main method in Java. Okay. Someone asking me, sir, can you write a program in Java and show? I won't show. I should install Java, JDK, all the nonsense on my system. Why do you problem for me here? We're not learning Java. Focus on C Sharp. I was only telling you how the programming changed over a due course of time. Okay. So I can't write you a program in everything. I can't install all the softwares on my machine. I will tell you about C Sharp. Hold on. Okay, fine. So do you remember, guys, last week, Thursday, I started with C Sharp. When I started with C Sharp on Thursday, I said you this point. C Sharp language was influenced from Java. Yes or not? Two languages it is influenced from. What are the two? Delphi and Java. Delphi and Java. So C Sharp language was influenced from Delphi and Java. Because of that, C Sharp also has taken, has adopted the same standards that are followed in Java regarding main. Are you clear? C Sharp also followed the same standards adopted by Java regarding main. Now tell me, in C Sharp also, main will be inside the class or outside the class? If C Sharp followed Java standards, main will be inside the class. If C Sharp followed C++ standards, main will be outside the class. But C Sharp did not follow C++ standard. What it has followed? Java standard. Because it followed Java standard, main will be inside of the class. All of you carefully observe how do you write a C Sharp program. It is as same as a Java program. Watch. Class example, collection of members. Static, non-static. Same here also. What next? Public static void main string args. They made it much simple for us. They made it much simple for us. What is that? Static void main. Enough. Are you clearer? The string args and all these are optional for us, not mandatory. In Java, they are mandatory, but when we come to C Sharp, they are not mandatory, they are optional. So simply how do you write? Static void main. And passing that the string args is optional. Next difference. Next. So two differences you noticed till now? Sorry. One difference. What is that? Here is public static void main, here is right? Second difference. What are you doing? What is instance, sir? Both are same here. Their name difference in terminology. C++ language, Java language call it as object, and C Sharp call it as instance. Why, sir? Because in C Sharp there is a class called object. In C Sharp there is a class called object. So without a confusion, in C Sharp you call it as instance. So you call it object. So, but C Sharp is considered as called as object. C Sharp is called as instance. So you can call yes. Giving. Just a minute, guys. Am I clear now? I don't know. I did not do anything. What is happening? I don't understand. Okay, I'll ask him to change the mic here and ask him to change. I did not do anything. That got disconnected, connected. That's all. Okay. So all of you focus on this. All of you focus on this. Here also we have collection of members. Okay. The first difference between Java and C# is here we write, and here we write. No need public. No need. Okay, now second difference. What are you doing here? Both are same only. Yeah. There's a difference in the name. That's all. A difference in the name. ఏమవుతుంది వాయిస్ బ్రేక్ అయిపోతుంది మధ్యలో నీకు వస్తుంది మధ్యలో బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది మధ్యలో వినిపించట్లేదు అదిగో అసలు వాయిస్ రావట్లేదు అక్కడ అదే మాటలు చాట్ చేస్తే కాదు వాయిస్ రావట్లేదు సడన్ గా ఇక్కడ కూడా చూపించట్లేదు ఇక్కడ నాకు చూపించాలి కదా మాట్లాడుతున్నప్పుడు అది బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది రాజన్ రమ్మనండి క్లాస్ అయిపోయేసరికి కాల్ మంచి చెక్ చేయమనండి అది మైక్ సెట్ మార్చమని ఫస్ట్ okay hey guys so the point is here we create the object and we create the instance there's a difference in the wording guys nothing so otherwise there's only one difference the one difference is here you write public static void main and here you write static void main other than that nothing difference we have in this context now okay now are you clearer so this is how you write a program in C# language. So I said you have 4 languages totally. How do you write the code? First, C language. Second, C++. C++ first object oriented drawback is there. And then I said you how it is resolved in Java and how do you write in C#. So finally what we follow is C#. Okay now? Fine. We'll just follow C# and write the code guys. I'll ask you a small question. Answer my question, all of you. Carefully listen. I defined a class and my class contains only main method. Are you clear? I defined a class and my class contains only main method in it. Okay, only main method. I don't have anything in the class, only main method. Do I require to create the object of the class to run the class or not required? Come on, think. I have only main method in my code. Do I require to create the object of the class to run the class or not required? Tell me, right or wrong? No one will hit you or slap you now. Answer. Required or not required? Not required. Perfect. Not required. Why not required? You're very clearly telling us that the only main method and main is static and main doesn't require a object. Point clear? See guys, this one week, what we'll do, I will be writing the whole code in the main only. This 1 week, I'll tell you the basic idea about programming, guys. I will write the whole code in main only. When I write the whole code in main, no need of creating the object. Next week, we'll start with object-oriented programming. Once I start with object-oriented programming, from that day onwards, I teach you how to create an object, why to create an object, where to create an object and all. So this 1 week, no object creation, nothing. Okay, but you'll have it out. Then why do you explain all these things now? I explained you all these things now to make you understand why should I write main as static. Are you clearer? I've explained the whole story to you to tell why should I write the main as static, because when you come from C language background, you write void main. But here I write static void main. It'll be confused in your minds. Sir, why are you writing static void main in C language written void main only? So without that confusion, I explained you the drawback and how it is rectified and all. And here my intention is not about creating the Object. My intention is to explain you why to write main as static. In object-oriented programming, I'll give you a complete picture of where to create an object, when to create an object, why to create an object, and all the things. This 1 week, no object creations, nothing will be there. The whole code will be in the main only. Point clear, all of you? Read this point. In Java or C# languages, if at all the class contains only main method in it, we don't require to create object or instance of that class to run the class. Object is not required to run the class here. Okay, now. Okay, so that is the important thing you just require to remember. Object required or not required is decided based on the code you write. Okay, now? Fine. We'll start writing the code yet, but before that, let me first tell you what software has to be installed. Okay, what software has to be installed on your machines now. Guys, you require to install software first. What that is? Visual Studio. This is a software, and this will provide you everything for you. What is it? SDK. It will provide you the SDK, Software Development Kit, and you will get everything in that, and you can start building your applications and execute your applications. Everything, whatever is required for developing and executing your applications is available to you in a single software called as Visual Studio. Okay, now? So how to download it and all these things, let me tell you. Just go to Google. Search for Visual Studio download. Search for Visual Studio download. It will take you to the website visualstudio.microsoft.com. The site name is visualstudio.microsoft.com is the site. Open it. When you open that, it will show you downloads, and you can see here the current latest one is 2022, version number 17.1. This is the latest. Okay, now? And here, under this, 3 editions are there. 3 editions are there. First one, community. Read it. Powerful IDE. IDE means integrated development environment. Okay, free for that is free software, guys. It's open source. It's a free software for all the students. That is the one what you require to download. Understood? And you have professional version and the enterprise version. These are free trials, that's all. 90-day trial, that's all. Professional IDE best suited for small teams. Scalable end-to-end solution for teams of any size. But generally, tomorrow when you work in the companies, you use this licensed versions. These are licensed. And for you, this is the community edition. Even I am also using the same community edition. Everything will be available. Nothing to worry. Whatever you will want, everything is available in the community edition. Okay, now that's a free download. Just try to download. So click on free download. It will download you the downloader. It will download you the downloader. Okay. So where you'll find it? In your downloads folder here. On your system, your downloads folder now? Yeah, you will be going to the downloads folder, and in the downloads folder, you'll find it. Yeah, download it. Alright, this is not Visual Studio. This is the downloader. Understand? Okay, run this. Run this. You call this as a downloader, I call this an installer. It will download you the installer. Okay, this is what it will open, guys. When you run that, this is what it opens. VS Code is not the right thing. You cannot use VS Code. Shashank, open the browser, search for Visual Studio download, and go to the website visualstudio.microsoft.com. And once the site opens to you, click on the free download button. Click on the free download button. Okay, the free download button is what you require to just download. Yeah. Now, when you download, everything is downloaded into your download phone. Download seven software. ML.net. Okay, now next. Scroll down. Scroll down. When you scroll down here, you will find one more thing. What is it? In the code tool, we find an option. CP2 SQL. Select that. Select the checkbox. Alright, given you the detailed notes here, don't worry. Just concentrate on that. Okay? So fine. Now go to languages section. And by default, the language is selected as, don't change that, don't touch that. If you just uncheck this and select some Japanese or Chinese, your menus will come in that language. Be careful. So don't touch that. Simply leave it as English. Last one, nothing to change here. Install locations. It will show you where is it going to install the softwares. Array, no need to do anything in language packs and install locations, guys. Workloads, 5 workloads. And here you try to select some set of checkboxes. Okay. And I suggest you all of you, the best thing is always leave your C drive for softwares. Don't store any personal data or anything in the C drive. Leave C drive for softwares completely. Understood? It's a very big software, guys. It will consume you. It will be more than that only for you. It will be more than that only for you. They are already installed, not showing me all the options. Nearly 8 to 9 GB it will be. Understood? I did not select all the workloads. If you select all the workloads, it will be 30 GB. 30 GB will be the size of it. Okay? So dedicate your C drive completely for the softwares only. Don't store anything on the C drive. and use your D drive, E drive, and all the things for your personal belongings and all the things. Clear? Tomorrow, if at all you wanted to formatting your OS also, then you can easily format C drive, D and E will not be disturbed by you. So that's why I'm telling you, don't store anything on the personal things, don't store on the C drive. Only dedicated for software. Okay now? So that it. And just click on the install button, it will install the software to you. This is the software that has to be installed. And some of you people might be just, some of you people might be having this one. What is it is? Visual Studio Procedure. Checkboxes. I'll give the notes. Yeah, I'll give you the notes. Don't worry, I'll give the notes. I'm telling you now. Sorry, people. Already, sir, I already have Visual Studio on my machine. They say. Some of you, if anyone, has Visual Studio already installed in your machine, old version. Some of you might have already an old version of the Visual Studio installed in your system. Don't try to uninstall it. Don't try to uninstall. I'm only telling for the people who already have Visual Studio on the system. No, sir, Visual Studio is not there. Don't bother about this. Yes, sir, I already have Visual Studio on my system. Old version of the Visual Studio is present on my system. 2019 is present. Don't uninstall. On the top of it, install 2022. And what I want to tell you, it doesn't take you the 7 GB or 8 GB space now. It will only be 1 to 2 GB, that's all. Is it clear? Okay. If anyone has already Visual Studio installed on your machine, which version? Old version. Maybe old version. 17 or 19. Install of 2022. Don't have to install on the top of it, install 2022. Is it free? And then it will continue. Then it is not going to continue. Just only 1 or 2 GB only will consume for you. Okay? So guys, yeah. Hello. The notes, I will see the notes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll repeat. Yes, I'll repeat. Am I audible now? Yes, please don't talk. Don't talk. Don't talk. Leave the class. Am I audible now? Nani, మీరు ఏమంటారు? మీరు పని చేస్తున్నట్టు పని చేయదంటారు. మీరు పని చేస్తున్నారని చెప్పేమంటారు క్లాసు? ఏం పని చేస్తున్నారు? ప్రతిసారి వినిపించట్లేదు. 10 నిమిషాల నుంచి వినిపించట్లేదు అని గోలెడుతున్నారు. మరి ఇక్కడ వినట్లేదు, ఇక్కడ వినిపించట్లేదు కదా. ఇక్కడ ఉండమని చెప్తుంటే ఎక్కడికి పోతారేంటి? ఓకే, యా. సో గైస్, సో వాచ్ ఇట్. నౌ వాచ్ ఇట్. యు ఆర్ రిక్వైర్డ్ టు గో టు డౌన్లోడ్స్. Please stop talking here. Please talk. Leave the session, leave the class. Okay, you just go to the workloads. In the workloads, Select all these workloads. One, ASP.NET Web Development, Azure Development. Okay, next one, .NET Desktop Development, Data Storage and Processing, and Visual Studio Extension Development. These are the 5 workloads you require to select. ఇక్కడ ఉంది మనం. Okay, so these are the 5 workloads you require to select. These are the 5 workloads you just require to select. Are you clear? Now go to individual components. Now go to individual components under .NET. Under .NET, select all the checkboxes. Select all the checkboxes. Ignoring out of support checkboxes. Ignoring out of support checkboxes. Okay. Select all the checkboxes, ignoring out of support checkboxes. And ML.NET Builder. ML.NET Builder. And don't this one also don't select. Now come to Code Tools. Come to Code Tools and select Link to SQL classes. Select this link to SQL classes. And click on the install button. Nothing else. Click on the install button. Understood? I'll give you the notes, guys. I will provide you the notes. Are you there? Am I audible? No response from anyone? Understood now? I am dropping the notes there, guys. I am putting the notes there in the Google Classroom. You can just check it out. See, this is the complete notes. All of you, this is the complete notes. The step-by-step process, which website to visit, which version of the Visual Studio to install, what are the workloads to select, individual components, language packs, installation folders, all these things. Are you clear? Okay, I'm posting this notes. I am posting this notes in the Google Classroom. I am posting the notes in the Google Classroom. Yeah, we'll give you the 2 days video. I'll ask them to give you the 2 days video. I'll provide you the 2 days video also here. మధ్య మధ్యలో బ్రేక్ అయిపోతుంది వాయిస్. అది చెప్తే అర్థం వినిపిస్తుంది అంటాడు. 30 మంది బయట క్లాస్ నుంచి. It will be showing here. That's what it will be 6. It can be 16 GB also, because my system is already installed. It is not showing that much. It can be. I put the guide here. I put the install guide. Yeah, guys, it can be 16 GB, it can be 18 GB also. Entosto fresca? Entosto de? Yes, sir. It depends here, because it will also install them OS related things also it can install. It can be 16 GB, it can be 18 GB. That is not in my control. Old versions on the top of it install off. Don't uninstall the old versions. If you have old version on the top of it install off, it will only install what is required. It will be only 1 2 GB size, that's all. Priyadarshini, contact admin. Priyadarshini, please contact admin for getting added in the Google Classroom. It will start between 8:45 to 9. It will start between 8:45 to 9. No, you don't require to join 10 a.m. If anyone has completed your payments, contact Arvind. Send it now only, he will add you. Send your receipts now, he will add you. Okay? Okay, guys. See, tomorrow is a holiday because of Ramzan. You can update. I'll tell you later. You can update Jeevan. I'll tell you later how to update. Tomorrow is holiday because of Ramzan. We'll meet on Wednesday. You can send your fees receipt to Arvind, he will add you. Send your fees receipt to Arvind, he will add you. Yeah, we'll take care of my mic. So this is Arvind's number. Send him. Rashmita, contact Arvind. That is the number. Contact Arvind. For payments and everything, contact Arvind. Yeah, I'll post today's video also in the Google Classroom. Tomorrow, no class because of Ramzan. We'll meet on Wednesday. Okay, guys. We'll meet on Wednesday. Okay? Yeah, I'll post today's video also in the Google Classroom. Arey Nag, contact Arvind. Yeah, I'm telling you, you're asking the same question. Contact Arvind. Send a message to Arvind. He will add you.